Well, as you just saw, oyster roast season is here. Nothing better than to gather with your friends on a cool, crisp day and feast on these coastal delicacies. You may have seen in a few shots the perfect sauce to complement those lumps of low-country perfection. Here with more on her gourmet condiments is Chris Miller, co-owner of Burnt and Salty. Thank you for joining us
Thanks
here.
so much for having me.
And thank you for bringing my favorite, oysters.
Of course.
And these are oysters on the half shell, so these are not roasted oysters.
Just from the water, rinsed off, pop the shell off, and they're good to go on their own or with a little accoutrement.
Yes, and we're going to be getting into that accoutrement in a second. I have to say, this is my favorite way of having oysters, though. Just fresh plucked from the sea, got that brine.
You
Fantastic.
really can taste the waters of the Low Country, and if you get oysters from different areas, they do taste a little bit different. So it definitely is a delicate, but gourmet delicacy.
It is, and your sauces are gourmet to complement these delicacies. So I want to talk about your company first of all. So Burnt and Salty, where did you come up with this name?
Well, my partner, Bob Cook, he's the chef behind the recipes. He had a bit of an Instagram following. He would char up a big fat ribeye on the grill and hashtag Burnt and Salty, and it just kind of stuck. So when I came back from my last and final deployment with the Navy, he said, do you want to start a company? And he said, let's call it Burnt and Salty. So it works both ways.
So let's point out the fact that this is also a veteran-owned business. So thank you for your service, of course.
My pleasure.
And thank you for bringing these beautiful sauces to the station. So let's go over some of your products here. So cocktail sauce, which is your bestseller, by the way?
Bestseller is Korean mustard. That's our flagship product. That's what we started the company with, and it actually has won a medal in the National Mustard Museum Mustard Awards.
Is that a mustard award? I didn't know that there was such a thing.
No, not a lot of people do, but there's a mustard museum in Wisconsin, and every year they host this worldwide award competition. So we medaled in the exotic category with our Korean mustard.
So what goes into this? What's the flavor profile like?
So we start with mustard,
yeah,
and then we add our Korean ingredients. So some gochujang, some soy sauce, sesame oil, a little fish sauce, some garlic. So you can use it as a mustard on sandwiches or a cheese plate, or you can cook with it if you baste the chicken or pork on the grill. The sugars in the mustard will caramelize. So we try to be pretty versatile, but we really want to broaden that flavor spectrum to have all those complexities of flavor.
That must be a challenge to achieve in a sauce. I mean, we talk about it in wine a lot,
sure,
the layers of flavor and the notes and this and that, you know, but when you talk about a sauce, you think of something that's maybe a little bit on the heavier side, or that's got a punchy flavor to liven up whatever you're putting it on. So this, you've got various layers of flavor that you should be experiencing as you're
absolutely
eating it.
Absolutely. What Bob likes to do is take some familiar ingredients like mustard and then introduce some novel ingredients like some of the Korean ingredients that we use, and then you have a brand new flavor profile, delicious, with many uses.
Yeah, absolutely. The cocktail sauce, I would think, would be another popular one because we've got shrimp. We're the Low Country, so shrimp is always on the menu too.
Yes.
So tell me more about the cocktail sauce.
Our friends at Tarvin Seafood on Shem Creek, they sell seafood, and they also carry our complete line of condiments, but we didn't have cocktail sauce yet. And they sell fresh shrimp and oysters and fish, and they said, please make a cocktail sauce. So we worked with them to create our very zesty cocktail sauce, lots of horseradish, lemon, and black pepper. So it's definitely not ketchup-esque in any way.
Thank you for saying that, because it does taste like ketchup a lot of the time, just way too tomato-y. I love tomatoes too, but it's just, it doesn't have any, you know, depth.
Exactly. If we bought cocktail sauce before this, we would doctor it up with horseradish, lemon, and black pepper. And so we said, let's just load it in there. And I think the flavor really comes through.
Perfect. And all of these things you would put on an oyster, for instance?
Absolutely. Just depending on the cocktail sauce, perfect for a raw oyster like they're here, or a fried oyster. We also have a Thai-style chili glaze that would be a delicious dipping sauce for a fried oyster. Nice. So it just depends. You know, we don't limit anyone in the kitchen. Just use your imagination, have fun, and who knows what you might come up with.
That's true. Well, your products are available on your website as well. Remind us what that is.
www.burntandsalty.com. And for the holidays right now, we are featuring free local delivery in the Charleston County area. So
fantastic.
I will drop it off.
Yeah, thank you. And then if you're in the area, Tarvin Seafood, Low Country Olive Oil, Ted's Butcher Block, we love them, Edmonds East Exchange, of course, and Low Country Street Grocery. So there's several places in the Low Country where you can get this.
Absolutely.
Wonderful
We've got
sauces.
a full list of retailers, too many to mention, but a full list of our retailers. But we really do like to work with the small local guy because we're the small local guy as well.
Absolutely. And you know what? Candace Harriet, leave it up to her. She will find the best of the best. We love Candace. We love Candace. Love you, Candace. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chris.
Candace.
Let's have an oyster, shall we?
Absolutely.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy oyster season, everyone.
Cheers.
We'll be right back.